Okay guys, this is what I wanted to show you. Typically when you go to a creek, everybody seems to want to go for this quartz. This is a piece of bull quartz. It's got a slight trace of rust in it that's would make you think there's iron in it, but there isn't. And this is what we call leave right. Leave it right where it's at and don't necessarily go there. The next thing you should be looking for is this. And this is just a typical river rock. It's rounded on all sides, and it's just the kind of rock you would look for if the stream's been moving and been running in that area. And this is a good indicator. And another thing that this shows is this. It's slightly magnetized. Not highly magnetized. It's very, very slight. This barely has a pool on it. Now, this rock, again, is similar. Now it's a dark rock, which is really good. Dark rocks are really good. Dark, red, green, black rocks, they're all good. This one is highly magnetized. As you can see, it holds a magnet all by itself. It's still rounded. Excuse me. It's still rounded. And you can see it's been chipped off in the creek. That is a good rock to find. And this one is also very good. This is obviously a red rock. This rock is also rounded on all sides, but it's not magnetic at all. But this red rock indicates iron. And in this case it's heavy iron. And we find these a lot of times on one of our claims. And when wet, this will turn the water red. It'll turn your hands red. If you're wearing gloves, they'll be red also. But it's when we find these, there's usually really, really good gold there. Next is, this is some more red rock, but it's impregnated with quartz. On basically all sides. However, it's not magnetic at all. But I would use that as an indicator just because of its color, that I know there's iron there and there's heavies there. And especially if you find more than one of these. It's a really good area to at least test, to see if you have gold there. Next, most stay with the quartz. This piece of quartz is really interesting, and in a way it will fool you. This quartz is mineralized. It's got rust stains in it. It's got this in it that isn't fool's gold even. This is mica or isinglass. It does have rust staining on it that indicates iron, and I'm not sure. And a lot of times it has pyrite, and this one does have a little bit of pyrite through it. And there's a spot on here that I know you can't see. It's way too small. But there's actually a little bit of gold. And gold and pyrite, they're kind of found together sometimes. So gold and copper and pyrite also will be found together. And that's another good indication if you have this in the area where you want to dredge or high bank or sluice or pan even. So although it's not a red or a green or a black rock, it's still a really good one. Now this one is that's actually a piece of serpentine. I don't remember exactly where this came from. If you can find this green rock, this is really a good find here, and it is also magnetized. And so there's iron in this, but it doesn't show on the exterior. It's and for some reason green rocks are really good, and especially if you can do this and it's magnetic, it's really good. This is another. This is one of the black rocks. Now this is magnetite. You can see how it moves everything. It's really magnetic. So there's iron there. It's heavies there. Anywhere there's heavies, there's a real high possibility that there's going to be gold there. So That's a really good indicator. You know, as much as the serpentine was. This last one is also a black rock. Now, I don't know if you can see this, and I'll try to get it in the light maybe. Right on this one edge, right here. I don't know if I can, let me try to zoom in on that. Maybe I can show you this. It's there's a little string of gold. Maybe you can get it closer to you here. I don't know. No, it's not going to show up. But right here, there's a little string of gold on this rock. No, I'm too close. And that gold is because this is a heavy rock. If I can get it in the camera. It's a heavy rock. It's a magnetic rock slightly. It's not as magnetic as the others. I mean, it's a little bit. But it does have the gold right in it, right in that edge. That's the only spot on there. If you look on this side, if it shows up well, it's actually has a reddish tinge to it to show you the iron. So anyhow, all these rocks, you might find some together or be all of one kind in there. I've seen a bunch of red rock in one area, and that's usually a really good place to dig also, because red indicates there's iron in it, or at least an iron oxide. So these are all indicators for you to help you find gold, and with the map and these, you should have a lot better luck at finding your gold. So, okay guys, if you watched my previous video, I had maps on there and charts that showed where the gold should be. Then I did a short section on testing, and testing will give you one way of finding where that gold is for real. And this video puts together those two, and with the use of the rocks in this video, you'll be able to test more, I don't know how to say it, more adequately to find that good gold, because certain rocks that you saw in this video, they are really good indicators of gold in that area, or good indicators or heavies, or good indicators of magnetics, all of which could be for gold. Now, because you put it all together here and you have all of these things, doesn't mean there's going to be gold there, obviously. But that's why you test pan first to find out if there is gold, and use the rocks and the charts to find that first location, and then you start testing with a pan, and these should all really help you to find a really good gold deposit. So like I said, put them all together and just try it. Go out on the creek, because I've had so many, especially new people, who come out and say, well, I can't find any gold. There isn't any gold on this claim. And they're standing on it. I mean, they don't know. They don't know to test. And this should be really helpful to not only them, but even some of us who've been doing this for years, that we kind of get a little lazy, and we'd rather just go in and throw the nozzle down on a suction dredge and let's go here and hope for the best. And sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. Usually it doesn't, but you always get a little bit, but this isn't enough to be doing what you're doing. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope parts of this will be as useful as the last video on helping you find your gold. And if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, show them that you like it. Share it if you would. Subscribe, and give a good comment, on what you think, and how this worked for you if you go out and actually use it. So anyhow, I'm glad you watched. I hope you enjoyed it. Come back again. May the bottom of your pans be gold forever. Thank you so much for watching. Just want to take a moment and thank Benzo Bonanza and Holly Navity for becoming members of my Patreon team. Thank you both so much. Really enjoy having you both.